first start off here, though, with this survey done of parents and school board members. It says 66% of parents and 80% of board members, school board members, do not think that schools should teach young kids in kindergarten, elementary school about sexual activity, sexual orientation, or gender identity issues. I look at that and I'm thinking, whoa, 66%, that's it? Who's the 34 that does? Emilie Kao is here. She is from the wonderful Heritage Foundation. She's the director of the Richard Hale and DeVos Center for Religious and Civil Society. Emilie, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Wonderful. Before we get to these numbers again, let's back it up just a second. I think there's still a lot of people that are like, oh, transgenderism, it's like point whatever percent of the population. Who cares? Why do conservatives make a big deal about it? Why do you think it's important? Why do you think it matters?
I think it matters because we should be free to hold different opinions on gender identity, but with the Biden administration and Congress poised to pass the Equality Act, we will no longer be able to disagree about gender identity. The Congress could impose a gender orthodoxy on the entire nation by passage of the Equality Act. And the Biden administration is already doing that through executive orders that have imposed transgender sports policies, bathroom and locker policies on all K through 12 public schools in the country. So parents need to be aware that this is coming, that this could be affecting children not only in public schools, but also children in private schools if the Equality Act were to pass.
Wow. So the orthodoxy says what? The progressive orthodoxy on gender is what?
The progressive orthodoxy is a denial of the reality that we are born male and female, and it is imposing this idea that you can transition from being male to female or female to male. And when it comes to children, what it teaches children is that you could be trapped in the wrong body. You could be a little girl trapped in a boy's body or a little boy trapped in a girl's body. And that's why parents across the country are standing up and saying, no, we don't want our children to be indoctrinated into this progressive orthodoxy in schools. This is not why we send our children to school. And it undermines parental rights to teach children that their own family's views on biological sex are wrong or even that they're immoral.
I'm surprised by this survey going back here. First, so I'm surprised that it's only 66% don't want their kindergartners learning about transgenderism, right? And then I'm also kind of surprised that it's as high as 80% of school board members. Maybe it's just because I'm in California and all of our school board members, it's like 100% of our school board members want this. But that seems low for parents. What do you think of that?
I think that is the product of cancel culture. I think that this survey and similar surveys that we've done have shown that a very high number of parents are unwilling to answer the question, or they simply say they don't know. And I think that is a result of the threats that we face now from the left, that they are going to punish anybody for disagreeing with their orthodoxy on gender identity. And people are aware of what's going on, with authors having their books canceled by Amazon, like Abigail Schreier and Brian Anderson, who've written about transgender ideology. They know that, there's social pressure and economic pressure to conform to transgender ideology. And I think that's why they're afraid to say what they truly believe in surveys.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.